Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the event for the Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta from the Frieza or the Resurrection of F movie. So this is the Realm of the Gods event and it's for the free to play Blue Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta and Red Super Saiyan Blue Goku. So firstly, there's a couple of things you can exchange for. Mainly the thing you're going to want to get here is slot removers, obviously great for gear, and then you want to focus on getting the salts. That's going to be generally the best point of action to follow, but there's nothing else really beyond that. Then what you want to do is you're going to want to obviously focus on completing the missions. So there are missions for this. The missions will drop Z power for the units, so that's why you want to focus on them. And basically the missions will drop Z power once you complete more missions within there. There's nothing too crazy. It's getting a gold on every single stage in the event. It's getting their friendship up to a certain rank, so make sure that you work on that as soon as possible, because you obviously want to make sure that you can get their friendship rank up, and the best way to do that is obviously the daily growth event. So yeah, that's just going to be your focal points, nothing too crazy beyond that, and just slowly working them up through the stars. If you go to the event, you obviously need to start the event, do the first stage, and that will give you the Z shards that you need to get the characters straight up. So your first attempt will just be with whatever. You can obviously try and stick to the guidelines. Most of the challenges are essentially just using Goku or Vegeta, or both Goku and Vegeta in events, and yeah, pretty much just going to be those kind of challenges. You don't need to focus on too much. A lot of them are, very simple stuff. Vanish, engage, do vanishes, don't use rising rush, all those sort of things. I'm just going to auto create teams because there's no real need to not here. It's a very easy, streamlined event. The teams that we're running were all auto play, mainly mono focused teams with a little bit of god assistance or god key unit support. Once you start ranking up the Goku and the Vegeta, you can start using them in the same team to hopefully help you out. For the most part, they also just carry weaknesses to their counterparts. So the Goku is a yellow Goku, so during that line you can use the red Goku to take him out, and then the Vegeta is a red Vegeta. You can use the blue Vegeta that you get to obviously focus and take that one out. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty easy peasy. It's not really that difficult, I must be honest. So you don't need to be too concerned about it if you're a brand new player to Legends. One really nice unit that they do give you is the blue Zenkai Goku. Mine's not Zenkai because obviously I did this quite a while. Well, I got that Goku a long time before they started giving them out for free, and I missed those beginner missions. But they give you the Zenkai Goku, which is a unit that you're going to want to try and utilize because it does help you quite a bit. So try and get that Goku in. He'll be a very big help here, a very strong unit, obviously just mesh as well with the other two units. So yeah, especially the blue Vegeta, he's really great for that side of the line. So I think it's really good. But beyond that, there's nothing else really too much that you need to focus on. Like I said, the story event here is pretty straightforward. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure that you hit all of the requirements. You don't need to do them the first time. I would suggest just clearing it for the initial Z shard reward that will increase the Goku and the Vegeta. And then I suggest coming back to it with a stronger team or an alternate team to finish the rest of the missions. Just try and do the Vegeta and Goku related challenges, so you can then switch out your team for something stronger that you've put together. I think that's really good, and I think that's something you should definitely probably focus on. But yeah, like I say, it's really not too bad. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. it's relatively quite, like, how do you say, it's relatively quite simple. I think most people won't struggle with this event. Most people won't struggle with these type of things. So I think for the most part, you shouldn't really have that much of an issue. So yeah, as you can see, there are challenges here, mainly related to using, obviously, Goku, Vegeta, etc. You want to include them in your team. You want to soul boost them. You want to raise their level up. They are very good, so you can use them after this for other events and other things. They are quite powerful. So I would just say, don't panic about like not using them and stuff like that. You can just, you know, go on for it and just give it your best shot. I think definitely. So yeah, you'll see it splits into two lines. So there's one Goku line at the top, and there's a Vegeta line at the bottom. Just go through the Goku line first, and then switch to the Vegeta line. I did that, finished all of that, and then as you can see here, all the challenges are done gold. That's what you want to do. And then when you finish those, you will see that you'll get these daily attempt missions. You're going to want to do those every day. They give you 100 Z shards, very, very good. And then you also have this challenge here for Frieza, which we'll do after the next bit, once we've leveled them up a little bit more. But once you've done this, you should have a couple missions to hand in. So if you go to the mission section, once you've managed to gold star everything, you'll see that you have a couple missions to hand in. I have a couple on my side. For Vegeta and Goku should have the same amount. You get a couple of those coins. I'm not going to spend them just yet. You can see you gain a couple stars there as well. That's going to help you with the next bit. So yeah, just do that first. Claim those, and then we'll talk about where we go to next. So yeah, limit break them, do everything there, get everything sorted. And then what you want to focus on next is you have a couple options. So you can do the challenge against Frieza. It's not too hard. But what you want to do is you're going to want to start the challenge battles. So that's what you're going to want to start doing. You're going to want to start those and then slowly clear those up. Like I said, you should have some coins to exchange. I do suggest going for the slot removers. They're the most valuable ones here. Otherwise, if you're short of the Rising Soul medals that you need to soul boost Goku and Vegeta, maybe you're brand new, then focus on those instead and rather soul boost them, because you're going to need them to be quite strong, because they're going to be your number one components on this challenge here. So this is going to be the number one challenge here. As you can see, there's some advantage characters, and it starts off very low, but it will eventually get to a certain point. So you're going to need to push up. So yeah, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to want to flow from that point. So yeah, I'm just going to auto select the team. As you can see, there are 3 advantageous characters. If you do have any of those characters, try soul boost them so that they are obviously a little bit beefed up. You can go for mono type teams. The typing of Frieza doesn't change, so you can just go for red, red or blue, and that'll be most effective. You can skip the first couple levels. I obviously suggest doing this. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to skip the levels that we can skip, and then I will come back once we've done the levels we can skip. We'll do a level just to showcase it, and then we'll do the Frieza challenge, and then that's it. You're going to need to push this quite far, or as far as you can, because it's going to be how you get a majority of the remaining Z shards, and also you need to get to pretty much the end of it to finish those Goku and Vegeta missions. So really try and work on this. If you get stuck, work on the equipment that they drop from the mission, and then you should hopefully see it improve quite a bit. So yeah, definitely give it a really, really good go. But as I was saying, just use the coins, exchange them for, Z souls so that you can upgrade the Goku and the Vegeta. They're going to be the main carries in terms of this. And if you go to your missions, you'll see it's very important that you do this challenge battle, because you need to get to certain levels of it to get the final remaining Z souls or Z shards, for your units, and also obviously to get the stone rewards and the other rewards. So definitely try and push it as best you can, and really try to kind of push through it. If you are struggling work on your units, work on their gear. It's a good incentive to keep improving constantly. Like I said, really try and make sure you do that daily mission every day to get you your Z shards so that you can push them up as much as you can and keep trying. Manually fighting is also a lot better than the skips. So for example, the skips here, they busted me out at stage 59 very easily. Like I ran it a couple times, didn't win at all. So if you manually fight, you'll very easily handle it. You'll see now. So just keep pushing the envelope. Basically, that's really the best you can do. There's not too much more to say. If you take a look here, you'll see Frieza's not doing like the biggest damage in the world. Goku does a huge amount of damage to Frieza, and Vegeta does a huge amount of damage as well. That's why what you want to do is you really want to try and push them as much as possible, upgrade their gear, go farm their gear, give them Z souls, make sure you invest in them, because they're going to be very hard carries in terms of the stage. If you need help with gear, you can always look online. There's some great sources there. I will leave a link in the description down below about links to their pages for what kind of gear you can run on them, what kind of stats you're looking for, etc. So you can definitely do that if you want to. It's more than fine, but I definitely suggest working on them if you want to try and push this challenge as much as possible. Rising Rush, also just spam it. There's no challenges in these associated battles, so just hit it as much as you can. Go for pure damage and you should be more than fine. For me, obviously it's nice that they let you skip the first couple fights, but you really do want to try and make sure that you manually control, because you do a lot better. As you can see, we've absolutely ravaged Frieza here. We're really not struggling in any way, shape or form, and it's just more the notion that the skipping feature is cool, but it's really not factoring in any kind of skill. It's literally just working solely based off some background numbers. So try and manually control, especially when you get stuck. You might manually control a couple rounds, then be able to get a bit more Z power, get a bit more missions complete. All of a sudden you'll be able to boost your team, and then bam, you'll be able to start skipping again for a bit. You can only skip up to level 70, so that's as far as it gets. So we're just gonna have to see how that goes. But you should be more than fine. As you can see, we limit broke him again, so that's going to help us out in our next battle. We'll do the same for Vegeta. We're not going to do Vegeta's fight here because it's much of the same. It's just going to depend on your team. If you get stuck as well, try and also just think of your team build, change it up a little bit, work on it a little bit. You can do plenty. I'm using auto select teams. I will be switching them up shortly to get the best result that I can. So just like put some effort in. You'll easily be able to finish this challenge battle. It's really not the hardest ever. And when I get to the final battle, I'll probably do a video on it to show you guys my team build and that, just let you see it. But so now we're going to try the challenge battle. Again, we're just going to auto select the team. We're not too concerned about anything. We're only going to take the two of them in just to be movie appropriate. Challenge battle, 200 chrono crystals, very nice amount of currency. Pretty cool as well. So definitely something that's very cool. We're definitely going to have to work on that. The Frieza is purple type, so obviously no real type disadvantage to either unit, which I guess is fair. You don't really want him to be weak to Vegeta or Goku, because then you obviously just utilize one of them in the fight. But he's pretty easy overall. Thematically we've kind of gone with just using Vegeta and Goku, but you realistically can run whatever team you want. There's no limitations. You do have to have Vegeta and Goku in your team, but you can run whatever team overall that you want. There's no necessity to only run the two of them. You can run them on God Key, you can run them on event exclusive, you can run whatever combination of events you want to, or units you want to give them the boost to make the fight as easy as you want. If you've been working on the gear as well, that's also going to help you out. I also suggest bringing a third unit because, well, yeah, it does help. Although I don't think you can, or can you? I'm not too certain, I didn't really check in the beginning. But as you can see, it's really not too hard. Really straightforward. Frieza's very non-gimmicky AI, so it doesn't look like he spams any of the special AI protocols that lets them just kind of constantly vanish step and stuff like that, all that artificial difficulty stuff. Frieza's just a punching bag, really. If you work on your damage and on your gear, then you'll definitely have an easier time. I would definitely push yourself as far as you can in the challenge battle before you take this on, just because as you can see, we're not doing a lot of damage. So even though we're not in a huge risk situation, it is quite challenging. So yeah, we'll just have to see what happens. It's going to be up to you. It's going to be up to your units. It's going to be up to how far you farmed the challenge battle and things like that. So yeah, entirely up to you. Take it at your own pace. Don't feel pressured or anything. These type of units, they come back all the time. They're here for a while. They're not going anywhere in the next 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 days. So just take it at your own pace, especially if you're a new player. Try and just slowly work on it. Use these units to push yourself through, to get Z souls, to build up your team, and yeah, just keep working at it. You'll get there eventually, so don't worry too much about it. It'll be more than fine. And yeah, we'll finish off with the Rising Rush just because it's Frieza. So let's hammer him, and let's give him a good beat down like they should have in the movie instead of letting him blow up the planet. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Your only real way now is just to keep working through the challenge battle, and then to get the remaining Z power for them, you need to take on the full power battles. Now the full power battles we will cover in another video, so that is the next step of their progression, but full power battles need to kind of have their own video, just because they're a new game mode and we need to discuss a couple more things about them. But yeah, there's definitely some merit in that, and yeah, but that's going to be it for me, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on it. If you like for more Legends content, or leave a comment and I'll try and get back to you. But that's it from me. Bye.